Jay, you remember Sugarbabies, the candy? Do they still sell that anymore?
Sugar.
Sugarbabies, you know, the little sticky taffy type candy.
Sugar daddies?
I thought it was Sugarbabies.
Nah, it's sugar daddies.
Sugar daddies.
Yeah, I'm like, huh?
Okay, well, we finna talk about Sugarbabies and not the candy. Now, I've seen a woman on TikTok wrote a book specifically teaching women how to be sugar babies. Young women, beautiful women, bodies and all the things, 20-something-year-olds, to pull a man that could completely finance their lifestyle. Okay, that's one part. The second part is I saw a video of a young lady who was getting, quote unquote, $12,000 from her sugar daddy, who moved her from like Chicago to Atlanta, promises her like $1 million a year. Now she all in the video in the Louis store, in the Gucci store, trying on shit, wasting these people's time, not buying nothing, only to be sitting at a fast food restaurant recording the video because she waiting on her man. It's in this $12,000. Jay, so now we have people specifically teaching women that you don't have to do shit in order to still pull a man. And with that kind of teaching going on, and with the rational thinking that we provide on this channel, what gives? And then what's the middle of the road for these people out here?
Ain't no middle of the road. I mean, it just is what it is. Just road to anarchy. You know, sugar daddies have been around forever. And now you have sugar mamas.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Sugar mamas is out there too. Dudes is getting, you know what I'm saying? Like, but, and I don't know because I'm not in the mix like that, but I just know from what I know from back in the day, it still was a little bit more extreme on the sugar daddy tip than the sugar mama tip. Because you had dudes that were just paying chicks rent and wasn't sleeping with them. You know, chicks would be teasing them, be around them, and all that other nonsense. But they wasn't getting nothing from them. And then, you did have some of the ones that were what I call just straight up tricking. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You paying her and she having sex with you for that. But then you had the sugar mamas who was like, it was a relationship. It was a real relationship. She wanted her young thing. She was very successful. She knew the dude wasn't, as successful as her. That wasn't the point. You know what I mean? She wanted him to come lay it down. Hey, and I make sure your life is a little bit better than what it is. We good. We can keep it pushing. Of course, they'll say that I'm just saying this because I'm a man, but I do like that better. And the reason why I like it better because it's not under false pretenses. Mm-hmm. I think that neither one is better than the other, but I think that with the female situation, when the female's a sugar mama, it's not under false pretenses. Right. Y'all do a lot better job of being honest and upfront with what y'all want and how y'all want it and how it's going to be. Especially if we ain't getting them, we can probably try to hold on as long as we possibly, thinking that if I do enough, she will give me some and things like that. And then y'all just roll with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I got to hold on until I can get up out of here and find another one. Because if he get hit to my game, then I got to have the next one on deck to make sure nothing fall off. I've seen the sugar daddy try to run a chick over because he ain't giving no money. She tried to call his wife. You know what I'm saying? You don't hear too much about a man trying to call somebody's husband or stuff like that. But more importantly, like I said, it's no playing those games like that. That sugar mama ain't just giving him no money and ain't getting nothing out of it. You know what I'm saying? That ain't how that's working. So that's so I'm familiar with it. I just think that the girls nowadays are not like the women back in the day. Like the women back in the day probably had a job, probably was working, probably was doing something. They just couldn't make ends meet at the time, and that's okay. And you had that sugar daddy step in to make it make sense. These chicks don't want to do shit for themselves, and that's probably what the book is about. You got a lot of women who are sitting there saying that type of shit. I'm going to teach you how to not have to work and find a man to take care of you. Like, I don't know. I got a daughter and I'm not raising her that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, at all. Like, I want you to be the best individual and human that you can be in all facets. And you meet a young man, I want you to meet him. Hopefully, my prayer for her that they in love. Yeah. And they want to be with each other for what the vows actually say, through sickness and in health, death do we part, because people can be up, people can be down. And we've watched people who are rich become poor. Watch people be poor, become rich. I don't want my kids, because I'm not that type of person, to go and be with somebody just because of that, because I get my own. and I want my child to get her own. And so that when you meet her, it ain't because she needs you for nothing. She's there because she wants to be interdependent. You know what I'm saying? Not dependent or codependent. Interdependence means she chooses, even though she has all she needs, she chooses to depend on you for certain things. And it would be a blessing if the young man is in the same boat. He has all he needs, but he chooses to depend on my daughter for something. That means that's the greatest love, because I'm choosing to be vulnerable to you in certain situations. I don't have to be, I'm choosing to be.